Match day 6, bitch.
Diving. 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 Diving.
What do we get on them?
Diving. Diving. Of glory. Diving. Diving. Of glory. Diving. Of glory.
Yeah, diving for glory. Match day 6. Singing the blues, cause motherfuckers is going home. Woo! D4G, match day 6 Champions League episode. Man, please follow us on iTunes, on YouTube, on divingforglory.com. Hit us up on Twitter at divingforglory. My host, Sir Solomon, what up?
What's good?
So it is all decided. All 16 teams are chosen. And match day 6 did not hold a bunch of qualification drama, but it held enough and some good matchups. And we will start that off with Barcelona Tottenham.
Yes, Barcelona beat. At the end of that show, you were talking about how Barcelona would not play Messi and Suarez and them, and I laughed you off the set and said they're going to play the all game. You were 100% correct on this matter. But B team Barca took the lead against Tottenham Stars.
I'm literally blushing over here, man. Thank you so much for acknowledging. No, for real. They still trotted out a couple players, but for the most part, there's a couple players I've never even heard of. Juan Miranda.
Juan Miranda makes his debut for Barca, not his Champions League debut. A guy that has not been able to start a league game or a Copa del Rey game gets to start against Tottenham.
And a guy who doesn't
maximum respect,
and a guy who doesn't even show up for practice.
Oh yeah,
also starts.
Yes, and
he's 2 hours late, right?
Yeah,
2 hours late. They had to go find him.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's missing for 2 hours, what are you gonna do? You find him. But anyways,
what was he doing? I wonder. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Fortnite.
Oh, the kids, man.
He's playing it in all weird times, and then he's like passed out at practice time because he plays Fortnite till like 6 a.m.
Oh my, man. But the boy comes to play when he comes to play, and he put it on them early.
Yes, he got the kid that's named like that just is playing for Tottenham because they sold Kyle Walker. So they're like, yeah, we got Kyle Walker Peters.
See, he's had 2 names, so he's twice as good.
Yeah, so Usman Dembele just completely undressed the guy, took the ball off him, ran around the field, and destroyed it.
Did crazy shit. So Barca's up. B team Barca's up. Tottenham struggling here a little bit to get much off the ground. Messi does come into this game at the 63rd minute. Busquets on for Rakitic at half. Lamela comes in for Kyle Walker Peters, interestingly enough. And it still doesn't go their way until kind of late.
Yeah, they attack a lot, but Christian Eriksen hasn't really been on, like from what I've seen this season, and that's a big gap. And also Ji-Sung Park or Park, like whatever, Son wasn't balling out as I expected him to be in this game, and that leaves it easier to identify and mark out Harry Kane, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Sissoko with another start here. Interesting.
He tried to get in quite a few fights. He didn't like Arthur because Arthur likes dribbling. So, like, he kind of got into it with him. And I don't get it, but he plays.
So, at the end of the day, Lucas Moura pulls it back, 85th minute.
He's Tottenham's Marwan Fellaini. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
He started hot this year, and Poch started playing him a lot in that 2-man role, and then that shit just wasn't working.
Yeah, he knows who he is now. He remembered.
Yeah, but he
Pick
came
up
through.
Lucas.
But he came-
Lucas
Yeah.
got a lot of shit coming out of PSG. Everybody said he was uncoachable and basically a failure. And he's actually, over the last season and a half, scored a lot of big goals for Tottenham. And this was another one of them.
And this was only big as they drew Barca only if Inter beat PSV. Oh, hey, Inter at home to PSV. That should be a cakewalk, right?
It's Champions League.
Champions League. PSV with nothing to play for. Get up in there.
They didn't really. It wasn't even a lot of PSV work as much as
Not at all.
Asamoah gave Chucky the ball, and El Chucky put it into the goal. Like not him, but like
Game plan.
he lost the ball on the wing. The ball got crossed. Like it was a total Inter fuck up. Asamoah choked it.
Yep.
Maybe if he was in the choker, he would still be in Juventus.
And I think you mentioned off microphone here that Inter just, when you got one guy who is their goal, who's you rely upon for all your goals pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the stats, 65% possession for Inter, 23 shots to PSV 6. 9 of those were on target.
So
A lot of wastefulness.
Inter in the whole first round scored 6 goals.
Wow.
4 of them were scored by Icardi. Nangolan scored 1, and I think it's Brozovic or somebody scored 1 more.
Wow.
Or Politano, I don't know. But, like, you can't expect to advance when that's the output you're putting in,
Mm-hmm. And they don't. And they didn't. Even though they drew that game, that was not enough for them to go through.
With Juventus's basically president, Beppe Morata, just this week being announced as Inter's new guy, I don't know. Like, they're going to make a big move in midfield and try to get creativity because Inter lacks. They just have a bunch of workers. They don't have any artists,
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Word up. So that is that. And Barcelona wins the group and Tottenham make it through. Some would say unexpectedly, but hey, as we discussed here, we kind of feel like Inter, Tottenham, similar level teams, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Their projections, their the directions that they're going seem different because Tottenham seems like currently for the past couple of seasons the better team. This was Inter's first return to Champions League in years, and
Since they won, right?
They went out with a whimper, So I think that currently Tottenham is a much bigger team than Inter.
Okay. Good. That's what I wanted to know. All right, moving along. So also Wednesday, we got the treat of the conclusion of the so-called group of death, which is PSG, Liverpool, Napoli, and Belgrade Red Star. Tuesday, yeah, excuse me. And Liverpool at home to Napoli. Everybody looking forward to this game. As we mentioned last time and found out, the reverse fixture was 1-0 Napoli at Napoli. But Mo Salah,
avenging. He kind of did a little step over move thingy and change of direction that completely undressed Koulibaly. And you could tell Koulibaly was unhappy with it because 10 minutes later he got a yellow card for fouling him.
give a nice step on the foot.
Really, really good goal. Big moment. Like that was clutch, man.
I thought Koulibaly was solid too. Just got undressed on that play.
The gut.
Yeah.
Like he was, the angle that he was at when Mo Salah received the ball, like he just put his shoulder down and he had him.
If that dude Sadio Mane knew what the goal was, this probably could have been 4-1, 4-0.
I don't know, maybe he's gonna start crying like he did when he was playing for Senegal or something. But he needs to step up. He's been shit.
It was bad,
and it's good that they're playing Shaqiri in midfield because if they were still had just Shaqiri sitting on the bench these days, Mane would have lost his spot because he's having a shit time of it lately.
Yeah. Napoli with the, proverbial dud here in a way, kind of less than inspiring. They had a few nice moments. Alisson made an incredible save though on their only real like legit chance.
Yeah, right at the end, but like I don't know. They made some nice moves. Insigne, Mertens at the beginning of the game looked like he was up for it, but then I guess he changed his mind. Didn't stick to it.
I think the victory in Liverpool to open up the campaign kind of maybe gave some false, expectations of Napoli. Yes. I mean, clearly PSG and Liverpool going through would have been the expected result per se.
Yeah. That's true, but at the same time, I thought that, to be honest, I thought both Liverpool and Napoli would have done better in this game. I thought that Liverpool would have scored more and Napoli would have scored at least one. Like, I just didn't see a 1-0 coming out of this game.
Yeah, no, me neither. And it looked more active than that. Like, it was a fun
Liverpool
game to
actually, I
watch.
think, deserved a couple more goals, especially based on their second half
Absolutely.
performance. Like, they completely dominated them.
Absolutely.
Like, that's how you close out a group.
Absolutely, man. And they go through as PSG do too with the 4-1. I want to rewind. I'm sorry. Liverpool. Two very important things here going forward. And I guess we can touch base more on it on the regular episode. But Trent Alexander-Arnold off injured. I believe he's out for a number of weeks. And James Milner off. And Gomez has been confirmed out through.
Yeah. Virgil van Dijk should have got a straight red.
Yeah.
In addition to all that. Like, the Ajax kid got a red for Virgil van Dijk's tackle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have changed the complexion of that game for sure.
But yeah, I guess they'll stop her. But that's the January, like the Christmas time fixtures. Like, you lose players, everybody just keep going.
Oh, I shouldn't root for players to be injured. See you January 3rd, bitches. As mentioned, the other side of that group, PSG 4-1 over Belgrade. That is away to Belgrade. They put in work. They closed out the way they were supposed to. Cavani and Mbappe with 2 assists and a goal. Woo.
Yeah. Mbappe was unplayable for a lot of parts of the game. And Neymar had the move of the game on his goal. Like, he completely wrong-footed the goalkeeper to where the guy had completely dived and landed before Neymar shot. Like, it was wicked. Like, sometimes everybody gets so caught up in his diving and this, that, but like, when you watch him, he does shit that nobody else on that field can do.
Yeah. No, he's amazing, man. He is amazing. He's amazing. I don't know if you were here for that game, the PSG Liverpool. You were gone for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just, he was accused heavily of flopping around there. I was like, they were hacking the fuck out of Neymar, dude.
I mean,
like, sometimes that's what
both,
you gotta do.
and yeah, both can be true. Like, he does get hacked a lot, and he does dive a lot, and it's annoying. But at the same time, removing that, just looking at the football aspect of things,
Yep.
like, he is unplayable at a lot, like, for large parts of the game.
Absolutely. Agreed. Moving along. We will touch base on really the only other matchups that had something at stake here, and start you off with Shakhtar and Lyon, as this was a Shakhtar win. They're in. Lyon needed a point to go through, and Nabil Fekir came through.
He said, fuck that a year.
Out. Second half goal. And pulls the drawback. Did you watch this game at all?
Nah.
There's a lot of other things
Did
going
not.
on.
I was watching flying face kicks. We'll get to that game in a minute.
Mueller. Lyon dominating this game statistically, 17 shots to the other team's 6. Yep.
Yeah. But out of their 17 shots, it has to be said that only 6 were on target.
I'm seeing 4 even.
Oh, okay. But 2 were blocked, so. Anywho.
Yep. Nabil Fekir here with 4 key passes and the goal that brought them the point, that got them through. And the other half of the table, which is the super fun game, actually, Manchester City, Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim's turned in some good, fun games this year, whether or not they're winning or losing.
Yeah. They should be a little later because one had already qualified and the other one was out. So, but your boy Leroy fucking destroyed these people.
Yeah, absolutely. Free
Leroy
kick. Free
is
kick from
a
heaven.
Fucking monster. Right now, that guy is. I don't know anybody.
Got
in
pulled
that
in the Chelsea
position.
game. Got pulled in the Chelsea game.
I know. Like, I think the guy, like, he annoys people or something because, like, all the teams he's on, like, they're quick to turn on him. I don't know why, but right now, he's a top 5 player in the world.
I was gonna ask.
Like,
I had
that
a.
guy's killing it.
I asked another City supporter, a friend of mine. I said, if you had a choice right now, Sané or Sterling.
I don't think that was ever a choice. Like, I'd always have taken him even before this hot streak.
Sané.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I said Sané too. He's a couple years younger, but whatever. But I don't know, man. And that's crazy because Raheem putting up awesome
he puts
numbers.
some numbers, but he also wastes a lot of balls. Like, Sané does not waste a lot of football. Like, you give him the ball, it's safe. Like, he'll do something with it. Like, with Sterling, I'm like, oh, okay, is he going to control it? Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, and like, is he going to stumble over it? No? Okay, then he's going to score. You know, and Sané is a much cleaner, higher profile footballer, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I find it harder to disagree with that. I like them both, obviously, but they're on my team. So I'm pretty biased. City come back here and win this game 2-1, which wins the group for them, and Lyon make it through by virtue of their tie with Shakhtar. So, nice. Hopefully Lyon will not see them later. Moving along to kicks to the grill. Kick them in the grill. Kick them in the grill, Tom. Bayern Ajax. And this is a game that was for the top of the table. Bayern only needed a point, and Ajax needed all 3. And this got crazy in the second half because it was 1-0 at halftime, right?
This got crazy during the Second World War. Like, a Dutch team meets a German team and the shit goes insane. It's known. Multiple World Cup incidents. Like, this is just how they roll, man.
No doubt. I like the sound of it.
And it's good to have Ajax back among the big teams. It's their first time in many, many years advancing into the knockout stages. And they've played some really good football against Bayern Munich in the first game when they beat them. And this time again.
Yeah, absolutely. So Lewandowski opens that scoring up 13th minute, and then the 61st minute starts to go off the handle. Dusan Tadic evens it up.
Yes. And Thiago comes on, who will later come to play a big role in the game also.
He comes on, and Maximilian Wober goes off for Ajax.
Yeah, quickly.
5 minutes later.
Yep. For a foul, like I said, was fucking
Straight
red card. It might not even have been before Tuesday, but I think the outrage over the Virgil van Dijk has made sure that those referees are not going to miss that. Like, that's dangerous. Like, it deserved a straight red. But not to be outdone.
Oh, yeah. After Kingsley Coman, another sub. Note. Yeah, Mr. Mueller, man, puts a grill in somebody's face.
Yes. He flying kicks. Funnily enough, this game is a game that has poetic justice. He kicks Tagliafico in his face and gets a red card. So this all happens at 1-1. Immediately, not immediately, but 5 minutes later, Ajax score, go ahead 2-1.
Tadic.
Yeah, then they
5
get
minutes after that.
Bayern get a penalty. Robert Lewandowski does the fucking Paul Pogba slow run-up thing and scores. So it's 2-2. Now, Thiago Alcantara just destroys some fucking cats with some footwork, and Kingsley Coman ends up scoring for 2-3.
Both subs.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the game ends when
95th minute.
the fucking substitute Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, ex of many, many teams, squares it for
Nicolas Tagliafico.
who was previously famous for getting kicked in the face earlier in the game. He ties it up. They don't get to win the group, but that was a fun game. Germany versus Holland.
Ajax outshot Bayern in this game, outpossessed Bayern in this game. More accurate passes, more passes. I mean, they played them tough. They beat them the first game. They drew back in this game. Like, yeah, man.
I don't
feel
want to
like
read too much into it because it's
Bayern.
first round.
Yeah.
and Bayern Munich always like steps it up in the knockouts in the second half of the season. But it's looking like this is going to be a down season for Munich. Like they seem like they have a lot of guys that are too old, and like the coach doesn't know his team.
Mm-hmm. Word up.
And come knockout time, they're going to go against teams that, even if they're not as good as them, know exactly who they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to cause problems.
Word up. Benfica, the other part of that group, go through to Europa with a 1-0 over AEK Athens.
Mr. James Rodriguez didn't even make the bench.
He's barely played this year, man.
I'm just
crazy.
Like, not even the bench, yo.
Yeah, not even making the squad. Moving along, though, Group H. Look at this young boys getting themselves all 3 points against a Juventus team that fielded a strong team. Like, they wanted to win this game, obviously.
Isco needs to give... Oh, sorry. That's
Wrong one.
Juventus almost tied this game. If your boy wasn't offside.
Ooh, Christie?
Yeah, like Paulo Dybala got them back to 2-1 off of a nice team play. Cristiano Ronaldo back pass, Paulo Dybala from outside the box, boom. And then in the 93rd minute, Paulo Dybala scored the winner. But Ronaldo was in an offside position, so it was disallowed. I mean, not a winner, the tying goal.
Equalizer, yep. Yeah, 2 goals by Guillaume. Portero.
Guillaume.
Yeah, man, young boys get all 3 points in a surprise victory over Juventus. And so then you look at Josie's decision over here in the United game against Valencia, and he played a strong team. He played to win, but the team didn't.
I don't know. You can't just toss out like 11 guys every time. Be like, okay, go do this. It's a strong team. Your names are big. Like, you have to put out the team that you've been playing if you're looking for results. You know what I'm saying? And Antonio Valencia, when is the last time he's been playing? He's been,
Bailly, Phil Jones.
He's been busy. He's
None
been
of them
busy
play.
trying to destroy Bailey's
Rojo just came back in the Arsenal game.
It was beautiful to see Phil Jones' face back. You saw the own goal, the Phil Jones face is back.
Yeah.
And then Pogba, he's benched him, and he decides to play him in a Marwan Fellaini and Fred midfield. Like, that's gonna ever be a good thing. Like, this was a setup to get the guys
and
that
Pereira up top.
Yeah, Pereira and fucking, like, it was a team put out for especially for Pogba to look bad.
Dude is crazy, but he clearly, well, like I said, it looks on paper like, oh, try to win this game, but got the names. But to that point, they did not, and they played very uninspiring football again. What can you say?
I don't get it. So they lost, but they're through. So like, who cares really? But it's sad to watch Manchester United just trudge around, just looking like fucking ass like this.
So I asked though, would it have really been that beneficial for them to win this group? Like, they would have possibly. I think I look at all the teams that made it. I'm like, I don't think they can. They might not be able to beat anybody.
So what would have been beneficial
if they had won the group? Because if they would have won this game, they'd have won the group.
Yeah, but
I mean, finishing top, you have a different pool of teams. To
understood.
Face, so
before the game happened, I think that they just assumed that
Juventus was going to beat Young Boys. Yeah, he said that.
Boys.
He said that. But I'm just saying, like,
I think
is
it's
this
professional like that? Like, you should just go after every game with the strongest team currently that you have, like, you know,
including in the Barcelona situation?
What do you mean?
Where the whole thing is locked up?
No, like, but they have something to play for. Like, the Barcelona situation, like you said, like, they locked up number one. Mm-hmm. They played a strong enough team to get a tie against a team that was desperate for points. Yeah. It's not like they're, they're getting embarrassed.
But for United to have something to play for, like, they needed to play it honest.
Play the guys that you've been playing. And, I don't know, Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rashford on the bench, like.
Yeah, Rashford ran riot last game.
And Lingard, like, he came into this game and scored. Lingard has been playing really, really good football. Like, him, Rashford, and, I mean, he's hurt now, but French kid, Martial. They've been doing good this season. Yep. But he plays them very sporadically. I don't get it. And the Herrera's on the bench. Why doesn't he get to play in midfield so that somebody's there that can move the ball around? I don't get it, but okay.
All right, moving along. If Juventus win that, and Manchester
Before
United.
we move on, though, if you look at the Valencia team, that's the team they always fucking play. So you get what I'm saying? Like in terms of like, the names are big, but like they haven't played any games together. Like this is the team that they always put out, so they have that advantage on you. That's why you have to put out your strongest current side.
Yep. Okay. Great point. Moving along, Group G, Real Madrid continuing this awesome run of form. Love it. I mean, it was largely didn't matter, but
but it didn't matter. But at the same time, CSKA Moscow did do the double over them this season.
The double,
yes,
it's like a trophy.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude,
CSKA Moscow.
If you're in Moscow and you beat Real Madrid, the three-time defending champion
at home and
double,
and away,
yes, and like you'd be fucking sized.
For sure. Is to be noted that Real Madrid trotted out of their B team as well, with Isco getting some actually getting some clout
and a lot of booze.
Yeah,
they apparently don't like Isco anymore.
That's how it goes at the Bernabeu, man. Like it's quick. They don't give a fuck.
But for being the second team, like since what's his name started, like a lot of these guys have been playing. In terms of Karim Benzema has been in hot form. Vinicius, I was interested to see, but like it was a shit game to watch them on. So,
well, what's your assessment of Isco and his fall here or whatnot? Is there a Ronaldo effect here?
I don't think that Isco he's a good player on the team, but
he's not a
like,
number one.
Yeah, and especially at Real Madrid. Like if you want to play like all the fucking time and be the focus of like, then just go to like Valencia or something.
And the big argument though last year was Isco playing over Gareth Bale. That was always the thing. Like who's he going to play, Isco or Gareth Bale? I mean, is he not even really that level? Should that not have even been a thing? If Bale's healthy, he should play. There's a lot of games I remember Isco playing.
That it was just a matter of who plays better off Ronaldo. Now it's like who's better. And he's clearly not the better player. But in the system that they're playing, that was a Ronaldo-based system. Like, was Isco fitting in better than Gareth Bale was the question. And Gareth Bale was very streaky. So
absolutely. If you took the Real Madrid B team that they just trotted out and they all basically played for CSKA Moscow... Like would CSKA Moscow like run rampant over the Russian league? Like would it like do they still have
team,
any
the 11
business,
that they put up?
Yeah, do they still have any business losing this game 3-0 is what I'm asking.
I don't know about the nil, but like yeah, they should have lost this game. Like you have Courtois and Marcelo. Nobody else in that defense has been playing this season. Javi Sanchez, Jesus Vallejo, and Alvaro Odriozola. Okay. And in front of them you have Marcos Llorente and Federico Valverde, who's like, what, the Barca coach's son? Like,
yeah, no.
You know?
Yep.
It was a team that was put together because they gave zero fucks about this game.
Pretty much.
And it looked like it.
No doubt. And on the other side of this, Roma playing Victoria Plzen.
And also managed to shit the bed.
Also managed to do it, man. Following up shitting the bed in Serie A this past weekend. Took a 2-1 L here. And again, I mean, they trotted out Zanzi, Kluivert, Schick, Under, Pastore.
But the thing is, like, putting out the right team and putting out the right intensity are not the same thing. Like, you can choose the right guys. But if the team talk, if the preparation of the week to like leading to the game, like all those things matter. Like, and that's like the game is a result of that. It's not just like the 11 you're picking. You know?
After you're seeing this week after week with Roma, are you starting to get the sense there's a coaching issue, or is it just?
I think it's the whole, like not just the coaching, but the whole organization. And this is what happens when it's like a kind of like a family ran, or you know, mom and pop's thing, and they're really exciting, and the players get a lot of chances as young players. But by doing that, you're creating. That's why a lot of coaches like Cesare and stuff don't like to play young players, is because it's inconsistent. Mm-hmm. So the path they've chosen to go is going to be that, you know. And
okay.
It's exciting to watch as a non-Roma fan.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. It is fun to watch. They are fun. Okay, so Real Madrid moved through at the top. Roma moved through second place. They had already progressed prior to today. And Group A, we will look at real quick. Monaco hosting Dortmund. Dortmund continue their fine form with the 2-0 win. Monaco not prioritizing this game really at all. What was the point? That was wise. And then Atletico Madrid with the 0-0 at Club Brugge. And this is big because Atletico, I mean, it didn't matter here because these are two very good teams that are probably going to be a problem for somebody in the second round. But
anybody.
Now Atleti is second place and total game for a lot of teams that won their league. That's no gift for winning your league.
Yeah, but if Atleti had won it, Dortmund would
I
be
agree.
just as fucking scary to play against for different reasons, but one for their offense, one for their defense, but they're both extremely... I can see either one of these teams make the final or win it.
And I would say, and for me personally, a slight edge to Atletico because you know that team, you respect that team. You know, like they've had a lot of the same 11, and they played in a couple finals. Like they're just a more battle-tested team than Dortmund.
I can counter you with they have zero element of surprise, while Dortmund can come at you with like many angles.
Players that
and
you don't
Lucien
even have that much
Favre
film
just
on.
like switches up the team. Like that's the thing with Diego Simeone. You know what you're getting, and he'll fight you, and you can win, you can lose, you probably lose, right? Whereas with Lucien Favre, like the other thing is like he changes the game plan like 2-3 times during the game. So like Dortmund being in first and Atleti being in second, either one of those would have been a problem. Is going to be a problem for whoever they face, I think.
Okay, no doubt. And lastly, but not least, a group that had been decided. And finally, we have two teams that took care of their business here, though, just because. Porto with a 3-2 over Galatasaray and
Yeah, what a dive in that game. My man from Porto got a penalty. Oh, nice that. Yes, big up yourself.
D4G, son. And Schalke with the 1-0 over Lokomotiv Moscow, continuing their fine Champions League form.
I wonder if they played the Lokomotiv at Lokomotiv games.
Well, that'd be dope. But Porto and Schalke had already advanced to this prior to this game. Porto winning that league. Schalke. We get the draw on Monday. Anything in particular strikes your fancy?
The only thing that strikes my fancy is why is it not on Friday like it used to be?
Man, that's what I thought too.
What the fuck we have to wait till Monday for? Tell us that shit
bitch.
so we can talk about this shit in the bars on Saturday and Sunday. Like, what am I gonna do on Monday?
Yeah, Monday, dude. There's games and shit on.
Like, fuck out of here, dude. Like, this is supposed to be information to give us on Friday so that while we're watching games over the weekend, we can discuss it.
I was hoping that Thursday it was on so that we could talk about it today.
No, it's a whole full draw because of the Europa League and everything. So, like, I get that it would be Friday.
Yeah.
It was actually one of the few decisions that I thought UEFA had completely got correct.
Yeah, do it
So
quick.
they changed it.
Of course. Of course. Who is your dude of the match day?
Dude of the match day, Nabil Fekir.
Yeah, his goal put Lyon through. Otherwise, they were in trouble.
Yes, close call behind Mr. Mo Salah because he
Also.
scored a spectacular goal to lead Liverpool, except I expected Liverpool to
Progress.
not progress but perform. Whereas Lyon, I didn't know what the fuck they were going to do. So
And Shakhtar is a tricky proposition. They got some players.
yes, there's some chicken noses there.
Goal of the match day.
Leroy Sané.
Free kick, right?
Yes,
Because he had 2 goals.
Free kick. The
like-
second goal, yes.
Like 8-9 yards outside of the box.
Dude, from far the fuck out with mucho curve. Like, they had it on Bleacher Report from, like, all types of angles, man. Fans were posting it and shit. It was a beautiful goal.
Yeah.
Ousmane Dembele's goal is second place, but that, like, started off with a mistake. This one was a dead ball that was just
Nope.
a killer.
Too much. And that is the Champions League match. The group stage is over. We are on to the knockout round. We will not see you till February. Yes. So only one episode a week until we get back to Valentine's Day. With all that, man, Diving for Glory at divingforglory.com. iTunes, YouTube, please hit subscribe. Please follow us. rate us that 5-star on iTunes or whatever the hell you feel. And man, Sir Solomon, that's match. Peace.
Dive in it. Dive in it.
What do you think condoms?
Dive in it. Dive in it. Dive in it. Dive in it.
Yes, Big Mac. No one is in the fucking reserves.
Dive in it. Dive in it. Glory.
He's not a man. There's nothing more to say.
Dive in it. Glory.